December 18, 2025. Story 1. The Pentagon destroyed another boat in the Eastern Pacific, the 26th strike, bringing the death toll to 99. House Republicans rejected war powers resolutions that would have required congressional approval for boat strikes and any attack on Venezuela. Congressman McGovern said, "We have homeless veterans, people can't get health care, and you want to spend billions on another war." Takeaway. War powers resolutions failing means no congressional check on escalation. The legal architecture for unauthorized military action is now established through inaction. Story 2. The Senate passed the $91 billion NDAA, the largest military spending bill in U.S. history, with $800 million for Ukraine and a 4% troop pay raise. 16 Democrats, 3 Republicans, and Bernie Sanders voted no. Senator Wyden said he can't support a bill that fails to include guardrails against authoritarian abuses. Takeaway. The vote breakdown shows where resistance exists and where it doesn't. Most Democrats voted yes. That's the coalition. Story 3. Israel fired a mortar over the Yellow Line, wounding 10 Palestinians, another ceasefire violation. A 1-month-old baby died from extreme cold, the 13th weather-related death as families choose between bombed buildings and tents. Israel continues blocking shelter supplies. Takeaway. The pattern is consistent enough to be policy. Violations without consequences define the actual terms, not the written agreement. Story 4. 4 House Republicans joined Democrats on a discharge petition to force a vote on extending ACA subsidies. But the House passed a GOP healthcare bill that doesn't address them, meaning millions will see premium increases in January. The CBO says the bill will leave 100,000 more Americans uninsured per year over the next decade. Takeaway. The discharge petition is symbolic until it reaches the floor, which won't happen until next year. January increases are locked in. If you're affected, plan for higher costs now. Story 6. Trump gave a primetime address claiming the country is the hottest anywhere in the world. Unemployment in November hit 4.6%, the highest since September 2021. Takeaway. When official statements and official data contradict, the data is the signal. Unemployment trending up while claims trend positive tells you which to wait. Story 7. FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino announced he's resigning next month after clashing with DOJ over Epstein file handling. Bongino had no prior FBI ties. The FBI Agents Association opposed his appointment. Takeaway. Resignations over specific issues or information. The clash was over Epstein files, with the release deadline tomorrow. Watch what happens Friday. Story 8. The Pentagon opened an investigation into Senator Mark Kelly over a video urging service members to refuse illegal orders. Trump had previously called for the execution of lawmakers in that video. Takeaway. Military investigations of sitting senators for political speech is a jurisdiction expansion. Note whether this produces consequences or functions as intimidation. Story 9. Jack Smith told Congress in closed session his team developed proof beyond a reasonable doubt that Trump conspired to overturn the 2020 election, and gathered powerful evidence he broke the law taking classified documents. Both indictments were dropped after Trump won. Takeaway. The evidence existed. The cases were dropped for political reasons, not evidentiary ones. That distinction matters for how you understand the system. Story 10. Trump pardoned Tina Peters, the Colorado clerk convicted of tampering with voting machines, who's serving 9 years. State officials say Trump can't overturn state convictions. Armed correction officers denied her lawyer access when he tried to present the pardon. Takeaway. Federal pardons don't cover state crimes. This will be litigated. The confrontation at the prison shows the jurisdictional conflict is live, not theoretical. Story 11. Budget Director Russell Vought announced the breakup of NCAR, the National Center for Atmospheric Research, calling it climate alarmism. Scientists warned this would decimate weather, wildfire, and disaster prediction research. The same day, NCAR headquarters was evacuated due to extreme wildfire risk from a windstorm after weeks of record heat and no precipitation. Takeaway. The institution being dismantled does the research that predicts the disasters happening during its dismantling. That's not irony. It's a preview of reduced warning capacity. Story 12. The Senate confirmed Jared Isaacman as NASA administrator. He's a billionaire private astronaut close to Elon Musk. The administration is proposing to slash NASA's science budget nearly in half. Takeaway. Administrator selection plus budget cuts tell you the direction. Private space interests are ascending. Public science capacity is contracting. Story 13. The Trump administration is ramping up denaturalization. Internal guidance asks field offices for 100 to 200 cases per month. The Times calls it a massive escalation in the modern era. Takeaway. If you're a naturalized citizen or know anyone who is, this is operational. Review documentation. Understand what grounds are being used. Preparation matters. Story 14. Minneapolis police criticized ICE agents caught on video kneeling on a pregnant woman's back in a snowbank before dragging her to an unmarked vehicle. Agents pointed weapons at protesters and pepper sprayed them. Takeaway. Local police publicly criticizing federal agents creates a record and potential jurisdiction friction. Note which cities are pushing back. That's where different rules may apply. Story 15. Immigrants at California's largest detention center are asking a court to require medical care access to prevent death. One plaintiff with heart failure was denied cardiac specialists. Another showing prostate cancer symptoms was denied screening for 4 months. Takeaway. Litigation creates documentation even when relief is slow. If you know anyone detained, legal advocacy organizations can sometimes intervene on medical emergencies. Story 16. A federal judge ruled the administration broke the law limiting congressional visits to ICE jails. Congresswoman McIver still faces assault charges from a confrontation at a Newark facility, though she says she was the one roughed up. Takeaway. Courts ruling something unlawful and charges proceeding anyway shows you how enforcement discretion works in practice. Story 17. A federal judge ruled immigrant rights activist Jeanette Vizgara's detention unconstitutional, ordering a bond hearing 9 months after ICE detained her in Colorado. Takeaway. Constitutional rulings take time. 9 months of detention before relief arrives is the system working as designed, not malfunctioning. Story 18. FCC Chair Brendan Carr said under questioning that the FCC is not independent. During his testimony, the word independent was removed from the agency's website mission statement in real time. Takeaway. When agency heads say on record they're not independent, and the website changes during testimony to match, that's the new operating reality being established publicly. The pretense is being dropped. That's December 18th.